Who hold onto your henshin belts because Tojima wants to be a Kamen rider episode. The revs straight out of the gate, like a cyclone tearing through rush hour traffic, slamming us deeper into this delicious mashup of ground-up grit and Takuzetsu sparkle.
Picking up the dust from Tojima's alleyway debut where our year-old everyman just drop-kicked a spider-suited goon into next Tuesday, we dive head first into the morning after, but this time the spotlight swings to Yurato Okada, the enigmatic electro-wave hue and tackle fangirl who's been lurking in
the shadows like a Cajun with a fit in undercover-ups.
Yuriko voiced with that cool as steel, edged by IK and old isn't just some damsel in a tracksuit. She's a high school teacher by day, moonlighting as a vigilant. Because let's face it, who hasn't wanted to strap on the silver jumpsuit and zap bad guys after a soul-crushing meeting? The plot kicks off with Tojima nursing his bruises over black coffee and instant ramen, replaying his victory on a grainy phone video that's already going viral as Mystery Masked Man's fake shocker. He's buzzing equal parts. I did it, and then I just commit assault with a bicycle chain, but the glow fades fast when his construction boss chews him out for showing up late smelling like all a grime and regret.
Cut to Yurato Prem in her classroom droning about quadratic equations to a room full of eye-rolling teens, but her mind's elsewhere sketching tackle poses in the margins of her lesson plan.
Flashback fever hits hard here on Yuriko, all pigtails and determination, idolizing the original Tackle's electric fury after her own brush with playground bullies. It's that same fire that drove Tojima up mountains, but hers. It's laced with a sharper edge. Screw the system. I'll fix it myself way that makes her feel like the series' secret weapon. Big moments explode, like a shocker lad. No, don't. Yuriko clocks Tojima from across the street, recognizing his awkward gait from the fight footage, and tails him like a pro. Her internal monologue. A hilarious roast. Is this guy for real?
Putting Hono, while swinging trash lids tension, builds as fake shocker strikes again, this time a bat themed east at a tech warehouse, goons in creaky costumes fumbling laser props like drunk cosplayers.
Tojima, drawn by the sires like a moth to a flame, crashes the party sans invitation. Yelling rider justice while dodging energy, blasts okay, jury-rigged tasers.
But here's the electric jolt. Yuriko henshins mid-chouse, slipping into her homemade tackle suit, silver sheen crackling with dazed leads and unleashing wave after wave of palms strike fury their team up. As sighted to gold, Tojima tanks hits like a hue and shield, feeding her tips for those signature electro chops that light up the night. The climax, a dual finisher frenzy. Tojima's improvised rider punch sensing with Yuriko's tackle crash, sending the bat boss crimpling in a heap of rubber and regret.
As cops swarm, they bolt, sharing a breathless rooftop stare down. Who the hell are you? Meet same as you're chasing those key characters. Level up. Tojima still are lovable, love all heart and zero chill, but now with a side of self-doubt as he wonders if he's just playing dress-up in a danger.
A sandbox Yuriko steals the fire's flawed with quips that cut deeper than her Zaps heroes. Don't give overtime pay, but villains sure bleed easy. The fake shocker crew gets the shadowy upgrade too, hinting at their Yakuza puppet master pulling strings from a neon-lit back room, muttering about making shocker real one robbery at a time. Vibe-wise, it's a turbo-charged cocktail of buddy cop banter and existential elbow jabs. Love out loud, awkward Tojima tripping over his own feet mid-pose, mixed with pulse-pounding action that feels earned, like two misfits stitching a cape from thrift store dreams. By the fade-out with news choppers buzzing overhead, and a cryptic radio call about more shocker sightings. You're hooked, grinning like you just unlocked a secret. Level this ain't pretend anymore. It's a powder keg of passion ready to blow. Buckle in for the eye candy breakdown, because episode of Tojima wants to be a Kamen rider doesn't just build on Eppo's foundation, it supercharges it with Takahiro Aikizo's direction, turning every frame into a high-wire act of homage and innovation.
The art still evolves like a writer form, change still rooted in that gritty Tokusatsu realism blend from Studio Mazu and Anplex, but now with bolder contrasts that make the real world pop against the chose. Yuriko's intro sequence, A master class in character reveal soft diffused classroom lighting giving way to harsh warehouse fluorescence, her transformation rendered in fluid almost ball-lated lanes that echo the original tackle's grainiest flair but with modern gloss. Ikaino's vescence perfectly to those supple micro-expressions, a flicker of doubt in her eyes, prehension exploding into fire's focus, posts up. Backgrounds, steel braids, tutuku's underbelly rendered in lush layered detail from fog-shrouded rooftops, dripping with rain to the warehouse cluttered guts, all alive with practical shadows that ground the absurdity action, choreography, straight fire pun intended.
The Bat-Heast brawl is a symphony of impacts, hand-drawn arcs for Yurika's electro waves crackling across the screen in electric blues and whites, while Tojima's punches land with meaty, weighty thuds that you feel through the subwoofer those dual finisher shots.
Genius layer and overlapped silhouettes, nodding to classic writer's tackle. Team-up scored to a Tedaloid remix of Wanna, be that pulses like a heartbeat on steroids.
Suits get loving. Close-up Yuriko's tackle gear gleams with Mitole, sheen rubber creases flexing realistically, while fake shotters' bats look gloriously cheap, yet threatening their flailing, adding comic punctuation to the brutality. That said, a soft shooter tap on the pacing the classroom oper drags, a hair in its introspection with static wide shuts, lingering on chalkboards a tad too long intentional for Yuriko's bottled-up vibe, sure. But it risks a yawn before the sparks flee. Color-grading chings in fights. Those zap glows are hypnotic. But quieter beats could borrow a leaf from Eppo's warmer flashbacks for more emotional punch.
Men nitpicks in an episode that otherwise flexes like a well-oiled typhoon. It's a visual vault that honors the source while cranking the current, leaving you dazzled and demanding encores. Damn episode. Just cemented Tojima wants to be a Kamen rider as my fall fix, blending that Cliveta still heart punch with Tutyu's a turbo that has me replaying the tactile crash on Look Like a Hit Man on caffeine. I'm obsessed with the do dynamis Yuriko's no-nonsense sap to Tojima's earnest flailing his peak opposites, a track chemistry, turning what could be solo Hera's clock into a duet of delicious dysfunction that humor.
Razor-sharp without slicing the soul, Tojima's vero vidu awkwardness, had me snort lawing into my bin I wonigirai, but Yurika's quiet. I get it dreams. Don't retire line oof straight to the chest, reminding us that adulthood's the real Cajun and fighting it takes gets over gadgets. What keeps me clued, that Mito mastery weaving odd lore tactful, nods galore into fresh stakes with fake shockers Yakuza, underbelly promising escalating absurdity fingers crossed for a boss, reveal that's equal parts menacing and meme-worthy in the themes.
Gold to adults reclaiming, hit joy in a world that mocks, hitting that nostalgic nerve without wallowing gentle critical, lean harder into the emotional scent between leads next time their rooftop chat teased vulnerability. Gold, don't let it get lost in the explosions overall. This series is henshin heaven, probing heroes come in all ages and awkwardness levels. Episode to bring the thunder. Will they sit up together or clash cakes spill in the Kamenskov crew? I'm brewing Yuri's over Mac to Rider punch for the win.